you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had?
I'm all ears, love. Hit me.
Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age.
You're in luck, love. I'll do that. Just call me Fred Flintstone, because I'll make your bed rock.
Who is not a conservative?
But what am I supposed to do with that? Right, this video, very short one. It's off the Reddit thread, Facepalm, and it is Cognitive Dissonance 101. Let's watch the rest of it. And I will of course give you my perfectly reasonable and rational thoughts on the matter.
A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative.
Did you ever think that maybe, just maybe, that because you've spent the last 5 or 6 years calling everybody who isn't Owen Jones a conservative or far right, do you not think you might have thinned the dating pool out just a little bit? You know, when you're excluding 90% of the male species.
And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative.
Yes, because they're actually willing to work for a living, you silly bint. How's Swampy going to pay for your meal when he lives in a wigwam and does less work than Stephen Hawking's bicycle clips? Where's he going to pull money from? Is he going to miracle it out of his arse? You have to pick one. You can either have total independence or you can meet someone halfway. All relationships are compromise. I'll give you a really simple example. My missus does all the cooking. I wash all the dishes. That's a compromise. Sometimes I do things with her that I don't really want to do. I want to paint Space Marines in my underpants or binge drink and fall asleep in a bush. She likes to go for a walk and talk about feelings. This inability to meet someone halfway is resulting in an inability to not be a crazy cat lady with ovaries like sun-dried tomatoes, no children, no family, no friends, and no future of any interest other than collapsing happily into your grave when you're 80 and nobody's going to come to your funeral.
So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
So yeah, you are trying to have your cake and eat it too. You need to learn the word compromise, you dozy mare. And one last thing, even if they weren't discounting 90% of the male species by insisting that absolutely everybody is a conservative, when quite clearly almost everybody they call conservative these days isn't actually very conservative. Here's another thing to think on. I can understand why men would go out with left-leaning women, because conservative people, centrist people, centre-left, centre-right, libertarians, we all think very, very left-wing people are simply naive. They believe in an ideology that's flawed. We believe that making people go to work, motivating them to go to work, instead of trapping them on welfare, is good for them. Like Thatcher said, give them enough money to do something, but never give them enough money to do nothing. I don't disagree with giving people loads of welfare because I'm a bad person, or because I dislike anybody. I don't agree with hormone replacement therapy for minors, not because I'm anti-LGBT, but because I think it's harmful, and I'm doing that because I care about these people. But the left actually think that everybody that disagrees with them is evil. So if I think a girl's naive, but has a good heart, I'll still go out with her. But if you're woke, surely you think 9 out of 10 men are just plain evil. And why would you want to let a bloke poke you if you thought he was evil? It's not like Fred West was popular with the girls, is it? Anyway, let me know what you think. She's completely off a box, and I think this video, in 45 seconds, better explains the fact that the Western world is dying out more neatly than anything Elon Musk's ever tweeted. But let me know your thoughts. How can we address the obvious fact that young women can't get married? They can't find a husband. Do the men need to change, or are these women expecting far too much? I know what I think, but what say you? Have a great weekend. See you for a live stream on Monday. Cheers.